Kris Kristofferson. I think we all knew he was a great songwriter. I did not know his background at all.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was a Rhodes Scholar. I didn't know he was a Blake Scholar, or that he was on his road to become perhaps a flag officer in the military.
That's exactly right. So maybe he is the epitome of what this series is about, right? Because here we think, oh, country music, it's just this. It's a one thing. Well, it's not a one thing. We can prove that. But here's a guy who's disowned by his own family because he is that Rhodes Scholar at Oxford, trained in the U.S. military, going to go to Vietnam as a helicopter pilot, but they say, no, this guy's too important. Let's make him an instructor at West Point. Let's save him because this is real material. And he goes, you know what I want to do? I want to write songs. He trades that in for a janitor at Columbia Studios on Music Row in Nashville so he can be close to this music that he loves. And he brings to bear in an arc of a narrative in our film in which we're interested in how stories are written and who writes them and what is the distillation of melody and words, poetry, which is the distillation of language, communication with music, a different kind of communication, how they come together. And he is the most sophisticated. He's willing to go that much farther about the intimate relations between men and women. He can go into the poetry. He's influenced by Shakespeare and by William Blake, as you said. He knows that William Blake says if you don't do what you're supposed to do, you're damned forever. And so he makes this tough decision, gives up all of these things to push a broom to then become Kris Kristofferson, who's written some of the greatest poetry, some of the most beautiful songs in our lexicon.